G'day everyone and welcome back to my favourite room in the house. Very special edition of Ronnie Trickshot's action figure dribble today because I have received a care package from JoeFest. I have some awesome friends on the other side of the world who went to JoeFest in Augusta, Georgia in June and put together some bits and pieces as gifts just for me. And they also threw in a few other things for some of my friends, which I had to forward on via the mail when they got here. So I've been waiting for them to receive their packages as not to spoil the surprise before I recorded a video about my pickups. So without any further ado, as my friend Kiwi would say, let's see what we can do. So before I start, I should say included in the box were a whole bunch of stickers and business cards from YouTube creators and customizers in the G.I. Joe community that were included as little mementos of the show, and I was able to update my backdrop. So I'm just going to grab the camera and go a bit freehand here. I'm going to show off some of the bits and pieces I received. There are some postcards, as you can see up in the top left hand corner there, from Joe, Oscar, Mike. I've got a Camp Joe sticker there from the Chaplain's Assistant Motorpod. I've got some Iron Spires Dreadnought stickers. I think they are from Uncle Clutch. Chaplain's Assistant Motorpod business card. A whole bunch of podcasts from the Pit stickers and some Bees Battleground stickers. Alpha One Creative sticker. I've got some Talking Joe business cards there. I've got a few other little podcasts from the Pit stickers, as well as a Delta 17 sticker, which is awesome, from the crew at Delta 17, and some more postcards there from Joe's Oscar Mike. So very blessed to be representing some of those YouTube creators and customizers on my little YouTube film studio here in my favorite room of the house. Okay, so let's get into some of the more bulky stuff that was in the package, and we'll start with a USA 250th lanyard, shall we? So this is a gift from Eric Hillbilly Harper. Obviously, he was running around the show with this hanging around his neck. It's commemorating the 250th anniversary of the greatest country in the world, the United States of America, and I am very lucky to have one of these as a memento of JoeFest. Speaking of lanyards, I also received a Delta 17 lanyard from the crew at Delta 17. So thank you, Steve, Joe, Ken, Crash, everyone who's involved with Delta 17. Really cool lanyard. Thank you for that. I'll certainly find a use for that. I also have a t-shirt here from Gary at the Chaplain's Assistant Motorpod, and this is a very groovy t-shirt. It's a grey PT shirt, and on the front is a Camp Joe Chaplain's Assistant Motorpod graphic. It is very cool. So obviously there's a G.I. Joe there in a tent with his feet hanging out, listening to a radio and getting ready to fire off some mortars by the look of it. But that is a very cool t-shirt. So thank you so much, Gary. Very blessed. Okay, I have a couple of action figures here too, and the first one I want to show off is this one here. This one I know is a gift from Eric Hillbilly Harper as well. And this is a straight arm 1982 clutch vehicle driver. And he is in immaculate condition. Have a look at him. He is beautiful. He's really, really nice. This is one that I'm obviously going to be very careful with because the older these figures get, the more fragile they become. So this one is definitely one I will treasure and look after very intently in the coming months and years. So thank you so much for that, Eric. I'm going to put him back in his clamshell safely for the moment. We'll chuck him over there. All right, I've also got a Vapor figure, and I think this is a gift from Wes, Joe Hunter 73, and Casey from Podcast from the Pit. I'm not sure exactly who forked out the cash for this, but thank you for whoever. Thank you to whoever did that. I know Wes and Casey were definitely involved, but this is a figure that I've struggled to get hold of here in Australia. He's obviously the VTOL vertical takeoff and landing aircraft driver, and he's a very popular figure because he's a I don't know, he's a bit different and he's a bit groovy, and He's been hard to track down here in Australia. So I asked the boys if they could look out for one at JoeFest for me, and they delivered. Did they ever? He looks amazing. Very cool. Vapor figure there. So thank you, boys. That is awesome. I'll chuck that over there as well. What else have I got here? I've got a nice little Podcast from the Pit coin. How's that, eh? So it has the new Podcast from the Pit logo on one side with the Breaker bubblegum, and it has the older Podcast from the Pit logo on the other side. So very, very cool there. I might have to take that out to cricket this year and use it to toss the coin to decide who bats first at the beginning of a game. I made myself look completely uncoordinated there dropping that. That was a bit funny. I have a beautiful handwritten note here from Eric Hillbilly Harper. Thank you so much, Eric. That certainly touched my heart and helped explain exactly what I was meant to do with all of the things that were in this box. Had some things to send to Kiwi and some things to send to Adam and some things to send to Nate. And I'm sure they will drop their own videos about their surprises in good time. I'm going to clear this stuff away and I'm going to get out the last little item. Well, it's not really little, but the major item that was in the box, and it's really exciting. So I'll be right back. So this isn't the first time I've received a care package from JoeFest. I actually received one from the boys back in 2024 when I was just starting to get to know them. So Casey, Eric, and the team at Delta 17 sent me this Delta 17 exclusive figure for 2024 JoeFest. The Red Akami, it is awesome. It holds a special place in my collection and in my heart. Is of great sentimental value to me. Not only that, it is an amazing figure. So thank you again, boys, for sending me that all those years ago. And when I went to JoeFest last year, myself, I actually picked up 3 Delta 17 figures from the Delta 17 table. I have Shepard here, who is an amazing figure. I also have the Death Sparrow. She's very, very cool. Have a look at her. She's wild. And probably my favourite of the 3 that I got last year was Rooster. Just need the camera to focus. Real hit and run vibes with Rooster. He looks really, really cool. So they were the 3 figures I received last year, and they are my Delta 17 figures to date. Now, as part of the care package that the boys have sent me from JoeFest this year, they actually included the Delta 17 2026 JoeFest exclusive, which is the War in the Shadows Desert 2-pack, featuring Jaguar in his desert camo and Shepard in his desert camo, along with some accessories. And might I just say, in the package, it just looks incredible. Delta 17 do a great job. On the reverse here is Shepard and Jaguar in all their glory, in some beautiful artwork. Looks amazing. Well done, Delta 17. I am really, really impressed, and I'm going to open it live on camera right now for you. And I have a knife here that I'm going to use to carefully separate this bubble from the card, because I like keeping the cards, as you might have seen if you've watched my YouTube channel before. In fact, if you have watched my YouTube channel before, thank you for coming back. It is awesome to see you again. If you have never been here before and you like what you see, feel free to hit that subscribe button. It certainly helps get my stuff out to more people just like you. You might also like to leave a comment. I love getting involved in the chat on my videos, or leave a like on my video as well. That'd be awesome. That's a really cool way to help the channel. I'll just almost finished here. Almost got it around. Let's have a look at this 2-pack. Ease it carefully away. There's the card. I've done a pretty good job with that. That's some of my better work. I've managed to ease that bubble off that card without hurting myself or the action figures themselves. One of the good things about these Delta 17 packages is that there is a double bubble, if that makes sense. So when you do rip that bubble off the card, the bits don't go flying everywhere, which is just a nice touch. It shows that the Delta 17 crew have certainly thought about what they are doing here. And this might actually be a triple bubble. So I've removed that cover, and there is yet another cover over the top of the figures, which is awesome again. I don't think it seems to be stuck down too tightly, so I should be able to ease that off and have a look. There we go. And I can see, like, straight away, these figures are of the highest quality. They just look amazing. Whoop! I've dropped the helmet out there. That's alright. They just look amazing. They look beautiful and shiny. And, oh, I can't wait to get stuck in. Let's have a look at Shepard first, shall we? Have a look at him here. Look at the detail on this figure. It just looks amazing. That chocolate chip camo is just phenomenal, and a really cool job. I mean, this is what G.I. Joe could have been if it continued past that 1994 original run. Technology was growing, and paint apps and all sorts of sculptural details were improving. Imagine what G.I. Joe could have looked like if it continued. This is what it could have looked like. Delta 17 do a phenomenal job. So he has the Delta 17 Desert stand here, which I'll put him straight on to, I think. Here we go. You see he's got the Delta 17 logo on it. I'm just going to chuck his foot straight on. It goes on really nice and easily. Got his helmet here. It's a nice little helmet, very similar to the original, but just obviously a different color. And the helmet comes with this little set of night vision goggles, which is very cool as well. So I'm going to put that onto the helmet, just plug it in there. There we go, and chuck that on Shepard's head. Very groovy. Check that out. Love it. Alright, and we have some weaponry here as well. So we have a backpack which has these clips on the side for holding one of the weapons. And there are actually two different weapons included with Shepard, both featuring that chocolate chip camo. So there's his little machine gun, which looks, again, really, really cool. And he has this, I think this is a shotgun, or maybe even a grenade launcher. I'm not sure. Feel free to correct me in the comments. I reckon it is a shotgun. But again, with that chocolate chip camo, just looks amazing. So I'm going to put this shotgun here. Because that's what I did with my original version of Shepard, as you can see. So looks like it goes in like this. There we go. I think that works. It's pretty cool. Chuck that on his back. And I'm going to chuck this weapon in his hand. Look at that figure. That is incredible. That is really, really cool. Thank you so much, Casey, Eric, and the crew at Delta 17. That is just amazing. All right, let's get the other figure out. This one is obviously Jaguar, and he looks very cool as well. Awesome camo pattern on his person. Oh wow, I think I might have an issue with mine, which is interesting. I reckon I have maybe a broken O-ring out of the packet, which is a bit of a shame, but it's certainly something that I can fix fairly easily. Obviously these will have the back screw, so I'll be able to access that back screw and fix that O-ring. But yeah, so it's no biggie. It's not a completely unrepairable issue. So he's going to be a little bit wonky for the sake of this video, but that's certainly something that I can repair afterwards. Let me know if you've ever experienced that. An O-ring having snapped in the packaging before you had even got him out to play with him. It's never happened to me before, and I'm sure it's a rare occurrence with Delta 17 as well. I'll certainly be able to fix that quite easily. It's just hanging on one side. I can feel it there, so I'll be able to sort that out when I press stop on this recording. Let's have a look at Jaguar's accessories. So he has a couple of batons here, or nightsticks. They look almost, well, yep, they are identical. So they're very cool. There might actually be bladed batons, if that makes sense. I don't know what you'd call them. No weapons expert. He also has his own desert backpack. There it is there, and this looks like it holds a couple of those accessories. I'm going to straight away put the batons into that backpack because that looks like a good fit for it. There's one, and we'll put the other one in there as well. Yeah, looks pretty cool. Not sure how far they should sit down, but I'm happy with that. So they're very cool. And then we have a sniper rifle here as well, which is very, very groovy. Comes with a bipod, which doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Bipods are easily lost if you know your G.I. Joe gear from times of old. Looks like it has two little pinholes here for obviously applying to that backpack array. So whether you want to put this on here or have him tote that weapon, there's all sorts of flexibility there as well. And there is another machine gun also that comes with Jaguar, which is very modern and looks very groovy. So yeah, that's very cool. Which one should I put in his hand? I don't know. Maybe I'm going to put the sniper rifle on his back. So maybe we'll put that this way. Let's have a look here. Just got to line up the holes on the back. There we go. I'm not sure whether it should face up or down. I guess it's completely up to the user. So mine are going to face up, and I reckon I'll just chuck the weapon in his hand here. For the sake of getting it done quickly on screen, I'm not going to mess around too much, I reckon. And that O-ring is holding on for dear life. It's definitely snapped on one side, so yeah, I'm gonna have to look at repairing that after I finish this video. I might let him hold this rifle by the barrel. What do you reckon? There we go. Just we can. Oh, those figures, the arms and the knees are really nice and tight, so it's very cool. All right, so there's Jaguar. He's pretty cool. Obviously got an O-ring to fix there, but that's no biggie. I'll certainly do that. So, two great additions to my Delta 17 collection. Thanks again, Eric Casey and the Delta 17 crew. You are legends, and I have been spoiled rotten. The other thing, and you can hear a little bit of rustling in the background, the other thing I received is a Delta 17 weapons pack, which these things are very, very handy. I can certainly kit out some of the figures that I don't have weaponry for in my collection, whether they're G.I. Joe or Delta 17 or otherwise. So got a couple of bladed weapons there, got a couple of swords. They're beautiful. Go well with a little Storm Shadow. We have a machine pistol of some description. Little machine gun here, which I recognise as has Rooster's machine gun, which is very cool. We have a tan version of the sniper rifle that I just showed off. It came with Jaguar, so that's really cool. A couple of other machine guns, actually 3 other machine guns in that tan color. They look really nice as well, so I'll certainly make good use of them. And oh yeah, look, there's another little brown, looks like an M16 as well. Beautiful little weapon, that one. And we have a spare backpack by the looks of it, or it could be, I think that's what it is. I'm not sure though, like, is this like a chest pack or something? How does that work? It doesn't appear to have a back peg on it. It just has this gap in the back, so I'm not sure how that works. Can all those Delta 17 aficionados out there let me know how this works? I'd be really keen to hear your thoughts. So, yep, very cool. Nice little weapons pack as well. So I have done really well in terms of JoeFest care packages this year. All came in a little Delta 17 shopping bag as well. Delta17toys.com. Check them out if you don't have any of these figures. They're certainly very, very cool. That's just about all I have time for today. Thanks again to Casey, Eric, and everyone at JoeFest who contributed towards this care package. You have outdone yourself. I feel so blessed. Like I said before, feel free to hit that like button, leave a comment, or subscribe. I also have memberships on my channel. Thanks to everyone who sends me $1.50 a month for not many perks. Really generous people. Feel free to join up and become a member if that's your thing. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Yo, Joe. Well, I thought that was going to be it, but I thought, why not just go ahead and repair the O-ring on this guy on camera. So I'm going to do that right away. Let's see how easy it is. The screwdriver goes into the back, nice and easy, and engages that screw straight away. So everything seems to be working all right so far. Let's see. There's the screw. It's a rather long screw. That's interesting. So just leave that there and then carefully see if we can open the figure. Yeah, the O-ring definitely snapped, as you can see, which is unfortunate. I know the Delta 17 crew wouldn't be happy with that straight out of the packet, but look, it's no biggie. I am quite accustomed to replacing O-rings. They are meant to snap. It's a nice thick O-ring, so it is a surprise that it gave way. But I have my own O-rings here, my little Bunnings jobbies. These are little the silicone ones that I get from a hardware store here in Australia. I'll just warm it up so it is nice and pliable. And this is going to run over the T-hook like so. And then, as my friend Casey says, always try and put the waist in while the Joe is in a sitting position, which I've done there very easily. And we'll put the back plate in there first, and we'll get some arms. And we just dangle them over the side like this so they don't fall out. This is that part of the job where you need multiple hands. You need to be an octopus. Might just put the front on loosely and then get the head into the neck. There we go. And he's good, as good as new. I'll just put the back screw in with my screwdriver. Tighten it up. It's about as far as I'm willing to go. He looks beautiful. Yep, good as new. Easy. No harm done whatsoever. And I'll put his weaponry back onto his person. I'm really struggling to to put this rifle on him on camera. I might actually switch these ones around, eh? Let's take this one off. See if this one will fit on the backpack, which it looks like it will. So we'll put that there. Just gotta locate those pins. There we go. Just having trouble doing that. Backpack off. Might be a bit easier if I do it this way. There we go. There we are. Now I can go on his back. Beautiful. And I'll put this one into his mitt. There we go. Maybe he can tote it across his body a little bit. And then, of course, onto the stand. Look at that. Good as new. That is the joy of an O-ring figure, eh? Easy enough to repair if his guts do split, whether they're 1 day old or 100 years old. Yep. Now, that's definitely all I've got time for. I'll see you next time.